Driving to the Libyan border from the town of Ras Ajir, there's a sharp reminder of this volatile crisis. Pro-Gaddafi supporters who have crossed into Tunisia to keep our cameras away from the flood of refugees. At the border, we have to get out and walk.
Space.
Card press.
Press card.
Press card.
Press card.
Hamdi Ben Ahmed is my translator.
So the thing that you see is Libyan. The green flag is Libyan.
The green flag there,
Yes.
that's where the Libyan border is.
Yes. The Libyan border is started since this blue gate. Blue gate is the line.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
So can we get any further from here?
No.
This is it. This
Yeah.
is.
I tell you, there is some refugees are coming now. You see them?
Oh yes, over
Yes.
there.
Yes.
So they bring with them what they can.
They bring what they can. They bring especially blankets.
Suddenly, we hear the eerie voice of the man at the centre of this crisis, Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, broadcast on loudspeakers.
That's the speech of Gaddafi.
What's he saying?
Revolution, revolution.
With his words ringing in their ears, Libyan and foreign workers stream across. They receive an emergency supply of food and water. Personal gifts from Tunisians dealing with their own political crisis. I meet Dr. Ali Bashir Mohammed as he crosses the border. He lived in Libya for 20 years, and I'm surprised to hear what he has to say about the country he's just left behind.
Libya is very good.
It's good.
Yes, very good.
And Gaddafi is good?
Yes, yes,
Yeah?
yes.
You were happy?
You can happy. You can happy.
They don't speak. If you come to the Libyan, you say what is the situation on the other side. Everything is fine, we are happy, Libya is okay. They have fear from the government. Maybe they will kill us or something like that.
I find 9-year-old Rehab alone and surrounded by her family's belongings.
انتم وين رايحين؟
She's waiting for her mother, who's anxious to join her after being held up and searched by Libyan forces. Her mother tells me they drove from Zawara, 120 kilometers from the border. Was she afraid?
معناتها يخوفوكم فرقوكم فكوكم حاجات.
بنتي لي.
She said the children was really scary. They stopped us, they tried to find things.
خلعونا خلعونا.
They feel really in fear.
هذه تشبح تبع القذافي هم مش.
She said when she see the military of Gaddafi, she started shouting and crying.
Did they fear for their lives?
يعني انتم علاش هربتوا خايفين على حياتكم ولا شنو؟
ايه كيضربوا في الحيشان اخوي.
باش يضربوا؟
يرجموا
جر ولا شنو؟
لا بالصواريخ يضربوا.
When I asked Rehab's father, Al-Karim, about the family's ordeal, he doesn't want to talk. And I'm told after that he's afraid his words could be used against family left behind in Libya. The Red Cross, Médecins Sans Frontières, and Tunisian aid groups have set up makeshift hospitals. And before being put on buses, the refugees are given health checks. What things concern you most? What outbreak of what kind of diseases worries you that may be infecting
C'est les
people?
maladies infectieuses. Les maladies infectieuses, c'est ça ce qui est grave. C'est maladies transmissibles. MST, MST-Sida, la maladie de la gale, je vous ai parlé de ça, et les conjonctivites.
This is where the refugees are taken, and where I get a sense of the size of this crisis. The camp is a transit point for more than 20,000 people, mainly migrant workers from Bangladesh and Somalia. The United Nations was criticised for not responding quickly enough to this humanitarian crisis. But they've now set up thousands of tents. Within this large campsite, it seems that every country has divided themselves up. So that we've got people from Bangladesh on this side, we've got some Somalis and Sudanese on the other side. All day, hungry people queue up, waiting to collect their food rations, and they're getting angry. 35-year-old Ahmed says he has been waiting in the line for 5 hours.
Every Bangladeshi want to go back Bangladesh. No give food, no have water, no have sleeping condition, no have anyone. But why?
He says he hasn't eaten for at least 5 days, and he isn't alone. Reem Aboud from the World Food Programme, coordinating the rations, tells me they've been handing out 10,000 meals a day. That still means 10,000 others go hungry.
Also, these people in the queues are Bengali nationals who have been staying here for several days now, and they were looking at leaving a lot sooner than that. And we're hoping that we start seeing more people being able to go home and less frustration in the camp, and also better management on the queues.
The pressure might be easing on the Tunisian-Libyan border, but things seem to be tensing up here. They're trying to rush in to get food, water, sanitation. As you can see, there's a whole lot of pressure. The United Nations is closing that tent over there where the food is. People are desperate. There's about 20,000 refugees here in this camp, but people here are really, really desperate.
These Bangladeshis are considered luckier than most. The Italian and French governments have offered to help pay for them to return to Bangladesh. And every day, a few hundred are put on buses to Jerba airport. But for the Somali refugees, it's a very different story. Having fled Libya from ongoing civil war and famine in their own country, they have nowhere to go. 25-year-old Mohammed left Somalia 3 years ago with his wife. In Tripoli, where their baby was born, he worked as a labourer, his wife Habiba as a cleaner. But when fighting broke out in Libya, he says they had no choice but to leave. Habiba tells me she's constantly concerned about her and her baby's safety at the camp.
طبعا maxaa uu baqi waayay roob hadduu yimaado meesha waan soo dumaysaa cunuga yarna waan leenahay habeenkii markaa masquulaha aadayno kale Bangladesh naagaha way xoogan guryaha markaa soo gashay ninka kula joogan way u soo galaan meeshana guri xirmaayo ma ahan oo wax ka celinay يعني هدوك وكوسو قال هذا بساك مدى الباب كيسو استاجا أيضا عندنا إلى جوجن مركز بنانك أنا وبحاول غير شحالة أنا مسكوش من كأدينا قبل إلى السعودية كل جاي مركز خيرنا نبوريس مجوجن ماشوا كوعر كريس
والله waxaan ka fikiraa waxa ugu badan ayaha dambe ee noloshayda meel ugu dambeynaya ma aqaani maxay la dirta anaga baxsadana dad oo maxay leeyahay nabadgelyo doonanahay.
Then news spreads through the camp that Somalian politician Abdul Ghani has arrived. He calls himself ambassador, and he's here to convince hundreds of his citizens to return to Somalia. But the crowd doesn't like what he's saying, and things quickly get out of hand.
Very hostile. They're demanding that the ambassador leave the camp. They're talking about their problems, the way they actually left the country and the fighting in Libya. And they're saying the ambassador doesn't understand their problems. They want him out of the camp. And they're calling for a mass protest tomorrow. What do you want the ambassador to do?
Talking about the several nations, such as Australia, Canada, and United Nations. No one to return back in our Somalia.
It's a very hostile crowd indeed. And they all have a story to tell. They all want to speak to me. They all want to leave this country, but they don't want to go back to Somalia.
As night falls, the mood of the camp changes. While fighting continues in Libya, tens of thousands more are leaving the country. But for these refugees who fled turmoil in their own countries in the hope of a better life, the future remains more uncertain than ever.